What's goody? It's your host, Jay Rose, as always, and the Boston Celtics are your 2023-24 NBA champions. Shout out Boston, shout out the Celtics. It was a great season for them. Best team won. They won the ultimate prize in the end. I want to see who wins Finals MVP, so let's get into that.
The 2024 Bill Russell Finals MVP goes to Jaylen Brown.
Oh! They didn't give it to JT? Oh! I agree. Shout out Jaylen Brown, bruh. Shout out Jaylen Brown, bruh. Because truth be told, even regardless of tonight and how well JT played, I think they are up in this series, and they won so quickly because of Jaylen Brown. So, very, very happy for Al Horford, bro. He deserves this, 100%. 100%. Shout out Al Horford. Big Al Horford, bruh.
I didn't want you to wait a moment longer. Tell me, what has the wait been like?
186 games in the playoffs before his first title. Crazy.
Team, and then it happened now. La gloria a Dios. Gloria a Dios. This is just how I saw it 8 years ago. This is how I saw it 8 years ago. Wick knows about it. Wick knows about the ring. 8 years ago. Yes, sir.
Al Horford is so Dominican, bro. So like I said, shout out the Celtics, man. Even they said it was a full team effort, and they came out and performed as a team, even when their stars were not playing the greatest, and that goes for either of them. Whether it was JB at certain times and JT at certain times, this team just picked each other up very, very well. Jaylen Brown really was the driving force in those first couple of games, and then Jason Tatum picked it up for Game 3 and Game 5, especially. We can look at the role players. Drew Holiday, huge impact. Derek White, huge impact, especially defensively. Kristaps Porzingis, when he was on the court, might have been the most important player because his plus-minus looks ridiculous in this series. Every time he stepped foot on the court, it was just trouble for the Mavericks. Just his presence being there. Tonight, it looked like it wasn't going to be the case very early on, but he definitely ended up having a huge impact. So shout out KP, because his career arc has definitely also been one to watch. He's been through a lot of injuries, a lot of team movements, and he found a spot where he could be utilized to his best abilities. And honestly, that goes for everybody on the squad. I think they all complement each other very well. Great defenders on and off ball. They all bought into the system. They all shoot very well. All could start plays, finish plays. I said that at the start of the series, start of the playoffs, start of the season, honestly. When Drew and Kristaps got to this team, my take was that it was going to be the Bucks and the Celtics fighting for the best team in the NBA. The Bucks obviously didn't pan out. They had a lot of issues during the regular season. But the Celtics, as you can clearly see, they did what I thought they were going to do. And going into the season, watching how the season panned out, they were number 1 or number 2 in almost every metric. Now we're in the playoffs, and still, same thing, just coming out and they're hooping. They came out, played ball, took care of business. They played like how they know they can play for most of these games, and they closed it out in the clutch. They did very well even when things got tough. I remember when we won in that 22-2 run in Game 3, they still found a way to close that out. Their defense, their pressure, it was just it was a lot. And if I'm being honest, there's not too many teams in the NBA that's beating this team. So Minnesota, please shut that shit up. OKC, I think OKC, depending on what moves they do in the offseason and how their young players progress, could have a shot. Just because of the way their team is built, I think they could match up well, like player for player, with the Celtics team. But I don't think they're there yet either. I think the Nuggets are a team that could possibly beat them. I think the Lakers could give them a good shot, maybe, possibly, if the Lakers are on their game. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Celtics team, I feel like, was by far and wide from just their roster, their depth chart from 1 through 6. That this is the best team in the league, and that's just how I felt about it from start to finish. Even when I was describing this series, I thought it was two of the best offensive players in the league versus the best team in the league, and that's exactly how I described it. And the Celtics came out and they proved that they were the best team in the league. And I thought they were the best team in the league last year, so them adding Drew and KP definitely put them over at the top. Let me say this. I thought they were the best team in the league last year. until they lost to the Miami Heat. I'll say that. But yeah, I thought they were gonna go to the finals last year. They didn't end up doing that. They add KP and Drew and put them over the top. They're really a powerhouse team right now. The way that they run, the way that they operate, super tough squad to beat. They made the Mavericks look trash in a lot of these games, and especially in Game 5, it was not a good look. And I think a lot of people just think that the Mavericks are just dookie now. And I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all bugging. Teams that we literally beat are looking at the Mavs sideways because of this series, and I'm just like, it's not the Mavericks, bro. I don't think the Mavericks are a bad squad. I think we have a great squad, and if it was any team but this team is just super tough to beat, man. And I think they're gonna be a tough beat for anybody. I think if we played the Celtics of last year, that this series would have went way different. But this team is just has a lot of firepower. A lot of guys that start finish plays, they all play together. The camaraderie was there, the hunger was there. They all wanted to win. Yeah, and they got it done. So shout out Celtics. Shout out Brad Stevens, bro. Brad Stevens is the real MVP if you want to talk about it. Brad Stevens is one of the best basketball minds I've ever seen. As a coach, he was magnificent. As president of basketball operations, even more magnificent. Because he got them a championship. Like his first second year as president of basketball operations. They had that season with Ime Udoka, and then they had his third year. They had the one season with Ime Udoka, and then this is Joe Mazzulla's second season. So yeah, this is just great work from Brad Stevens, great GM work, great trades, great moves to get them better. And they executed. At the end of the day, you got to play the basketball. You got to win against who's in front of you, and they did just that. So shout out to the Celtics. I'm happy for JT. He finally got his ring. Happy for JB. He got Finals MVP, and I didn't think they were gonna give it to him. I think he deserved it. I honestly think JT, after tonight's performance, he definitely could have gotten it. It was a toss-up after tonight. But shout out JB, man. Shout out JB. Shout out all the dudes, man. Congratulations on their finals win and championship, and I am never going to hear the end of it from Boston fans. I'm kind of happy the finals ended because I got a lot of content planned, bro. We're about to be going crazy this summer. Stay tuned for the content, bro. Just because the season is over doesn't mean I'm done. Trust, we got a lot of content in the vault coming soon. Catch you on the next one.